We started our trip by meeting up in Cusco, Peru. Sean, his son Ian, Alonzo, Michelle, the famous Tom Patterson, our guide Josh from Andes to Amazon Expeditions, and of course Tyler from the Spider Shop, stayed the night in an Airbnb, discussing the plans for the 10 days ahead. Starting off, we're going to be searching for the Hapalotremus hanaquasca, also known as the High Valley Blue. We got up early the next morning, hit the road, and headed out for the first day of our 10-day tarantula expedition, looking for Hapalotremus, Bistropelma, and any other spiders we could find. It took a while to get out of the city because traffic was crazy. But we finally left Cusco behind and stopped for a quick bite to eat on the side of the road. Not far from there, we made our first stop, pulling off the main road to check out some rubble. And that is where we found our first spider of the trip.
Venom on those guys, like similar to like Hesperus and Macklins?
I don't really know.
I wonder if anybody's studied it.
A Latrodectus species, or a Peruvian black widow.
They're so shy. They don't want to actually bite.
Yeah.
Nice looking spiders though. This isn't even the best looking.
A few nice recluses, actually. There are a bunch of them under this rock. There's the big mama, and it looks like the smaller juveniles kind of dispersed a little bit.
Ian found some recluse spiders, but nothing all that exciting. After flipping over a lot of rocks and finding no tarantulas, it was time to head higher into the Andes Mountains. The road kept winding back and forth, and we drove higher and higher. Passing through small towns and smaller villages. The roads were barely wide enough for two cars to safely pass each other in some spots. A sheer rock face on one side and a steep drop-off on the other. But we finally made it above the clouds. The sun was so intense and the air so thin. Just walking a short distance could have you breathing heavily and wondering, what am I doing up this high? We were flipping rocks, looking for tarantulas, our heads pounding from the altitude sickness. Breathing as deeply as we could, trying to get as much oxygen as possible, until we came across another black widow spider.
Those things are cool, man.
This one had an egg sac.
Got one with a sack.
But still, no tarantulas. So we moved on further down the road, dodging cows and alpacas, until we pulled over to the side of the road and came across the first tarantula of the trip. This Hapalotremus species was in desperate need of a molt, but even as dull as she appeared, we could just make out the blue coloration on her legs. We were all very excited to see our first tarantula on the trip, but Josh knew that we could do better. If we kept looking, we could find a freshly molted specimen.
Stay up there very long.
Want me to get them out?
No, it's okay.
I didn't get to check them out yet.
You probably got one good shot.
It didn't take long for Tom Patterson to flip over a rock, revealing a juvenile of the same species.
That thing is incredible, dude.
It was definitely cool, but still not the colorful specimen we were looking for. Then it happened. Josh and Tom located the prize of the day, a freshly molted Hapalotremus honenkeswa, or the High Valley blue tarantula. This species name comes from the Quechua language meaning high valley, and that is no exaggeration because we were over 14,000 feet in elevation.
I learned it from watching you, Dad.
It's a good one. I got some. Lift your hand with the spider up closer to your face.
Which is just under 3 times as high as the city of Denver.
Y'all look like some real arachnologists over there. Did you just kiss it?
I did.
That's how you get urticating hairs in your nose.
While looking for more tarantulas, we were surprised to come across a female wolf spider with an entire brood of spiderlings on her back. That was a sight to behold. As the clouds began to roll in, Ian found another little dwarf tarantula of the same Hapalotremus species. The environment in which they lived was cool and windy, but the ground was rocky, with cacti, succulents, and other arid plants growing all around. Definitely not what you would consider a tropical environment. But after driving back down the mountain, we entered a cloud forest that was covered with ferns, moss, orchids, and other beautiful and colorful plants. The shift in environment was drastic. We continued to search that area in hopes of finding a different species of tarantula, but we really only had luck in finding some cool orchids and bromeliads. We came across another rocky area on our way back and hopped out of the cars to start searching for what we hoped would be a new, undescribed species. Nothing was really turning up, and the clouds quickly descended on our location. We were tired, not having fully acclimated to the high elevation, But Josh pushed on and we rallied behind him. We found another wolf spider and some cool plants. But nothing like the tarantulas we had found earlier. The sun was beginning to set and the temperature was dropping fast, but Ian found a cool little toad.
Josh, is there potentially any question out here too?
I don't know. There's most likely going to be a tarantula, but I don't know if it would be.
We kept searching as long as we had sunlight, but we knew the day was quickly coming to an end. We pulled off the road on our way back to take in one of the most amazing sunsets I have ever seen. Ready to start again the next day in a completely different location, looking for even more species of tarantula. Richard, no.
Richard's okay. Sound like he went down.
Yeah, he fucking tumbled pretty good.
You all right, dude? Richard.
Yeah.
You good?
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what's amazing?
Hmm.
He kept his hat on his head and his sunglasses did not come off.
Holy shit.
Man is a champ.